My name is Sarah Winters, and this is my audience. Now I'm going to show you a quick video to introduce my topic.
Fandoms. A fandom is basically a bunch of fans of something that create a community, usually online. They all share a common interest and often do things like draw fan art, write fan fiction, and other things. Or, according to Urban Dictionary, it's a cult that will destroy your life. I can tell you from personal experience that the second definition is way more accurate. Now, I personally love fandoms. It's a place where you can interact with people and make friends with others who share a common interest. It's fun, especially when you're incredibly invested in the characters. And let me tell you, some people, like yours truly, are incredibly invested in the characters.
Alright, raise your hand if you've ever heard of Harry Potter. Okay, so everyone has. This means you have unintentionally encountered fandom. Being a part of a fandom gives you a sense of community. You can interact with said community through the internet with fan fiction or in real life by attending conventions. Being in a fandom makes people comfortable with themselves and their love for a product or person since they have others who share that same feeling. As written by Teen Vogue, Dr. Laurel Steinberg, a psychotherapist and professor of psychology at Columbia University, told Teen Vogue, belonging to a fandom helps adolescents connect to other like-minded youths on social media throughout the year, as well as at concerts and events. Feeling like you're a part of a group can help one define his or her identity and give a sense of purpose to what might be an otherwise routine lifestyle. I consider myself to be part of multiple fandoms, especially after researching more about the topic, the history, and what goes into being in a fandom. I definitely fit all the criteria. The feeling that you belong in a community that loves something as much as you do comes from being in a fandom. That connection with others gives you insight on fan fiction, conventions, or even simply enjoying a movie or book with others. First, we will discuss what exactly a fandom is. We will also discuss the difference between being a fan and being in a fandom. A fan is someone who enjoys something such as a TV show, and they remember to record next week's episode every week. On the other hand, being in a fandom, one must go above and beyond to seek out others who like the same thing that they do. The next step is to invest time and emotions into your passion. The first fandom was the Sherlock Holmes fandom. It dates all the way back to 1934. They even called themselves Sherlockians. When the author, Sir Conan Doyle, killed off Sherlock in the novels, the fans were so struck with grief that they began writing their own stories called fan fiction that he was still alive. Speaking of fan fiction, let's go more into that topic because it has a huge impact on fandoms. Fan fiction gives a chance for the audience to put their own twist on things. Oxford Dictionary defines fandom as a type of literature usually written on the internet by people who admire a particular novel, film, etc., with characters taken from these stories. Fan fiction allows fandoms to connect with their favorite characters. They do this by writing alternate stories for the characters or even adding themselves into the stories. Popular fan fiction websites include Wattpad, QuoteV, and Archive of Our Own. Henry Jenkins published an article about media fandom and more specifically Archive of Our Own. He stated, to date, Archive of Our Own has hosted more than 5 million fan works representing almost 2 million registered users who have written about more than 30,000 fandoms. These websites make it easier for users to showcase their creations with the community. Another way that fandoms can share their fan fiction is to promote them at conventions. Conventions are events where people can come together to discuss and share fandom-related content. Comic-Con is the most famous convention for fandoms. In 1970 was the first year that Comic-Con launched. In that year, they had over 300 attendees. In 2017, however, they had over 135,000 people show up. There are reasons this number has risen so much and breaks attendance records every year. One of the main reasons fans go to conventions is to buy merchandise. You can get collectibles, figurines, t-shirts, and other accessories at the many booths there. Another reason fans go to these conventions is to connect with their community. Many fans have reported to go to conventions to meet new friends who share a common interest. For some, this is their chance to meet their internet friends in real life. The last reason that fans flock to conventions is to show off their fandom-inspired costumes. This performance art is known as cosplay. At Comic-Con, some of the most popular characters to cosplay as are Princess Leia from Star Wars and Joker from the DC Universe. Finally, let me go over the main points about fandom. Being a part of a fandom gives you a sense of community. You can interact with your community through the internet with fan fiction or in real life by going to conventions. Anyone can be a part of a fandom. There are hundreds of thousands of people who like the same exact thing that you do. If you ever feel like you're watching a movie and your friend just doesn't understand the feeling that you get when you watch that movie, chances are there's someone on the internet who feels the same exact way you do, and you can talk with them about it. Now let me leave you with this. Can fandoms exist without fans? A great answer is given by Tatiana Halubowska. The same way fans cannot live without their favorite book, hobby, movie, etc., the characters of these products cannot exist without them. Of course, fans did not create Sherlock Holmes, but they helped the character to live even after the year of 1893 and remain the same popular nowadays. Thank you.